Typically, when you're a young creative, you spend all your time on craft.
Yeah.
And as you get older and you start managing people, and you have to start connecting dots. And now there's just more dots to connect,
Right.
more people to figure out how to sort of connect with other people, and the sort of complexity needs to have coherence imposed on it, and that's sort of the job of a good creative now.
You think that brands are threatened by this technology, or are they embracing it?
I think it's a combination. You know, I think a lot of older brands, legacy brands that were very successful, you know, in the era of mass media,
Yeah.
are obviously threatened by it because they had a good thing going there,
Yeah.
right? But then there is this whole sort of emergent culture of people that love it, that are actually benefiting from it, and so we get a combination of those clients, you know.
Yeah. Do you think that, you know, given that there's a big presence, or there's a big dependency on mobile now with a lot of what people are doing simply because there's so many of them, the accessibility of mobile?
Yeah, yeah.
Do brands understand that they can move away from awareness into advocacy there, and do you think that they're understanding what
No,
that
I
actually
think
means?
that there's a few sort of, there's a bit of muscle memory there, you know. When people talk about mobile advertising, I'm not sure that they understand how I use a mobile, right? So, I mean, there might be moments when I'm using a mobile where you can sort of ambush me and I'll get my attention. But most of the time when I'm using a mobile device, that's not actually what I want, right? And sort of recognizing that little screen that I'm holding in my hand is a sort of daisy chain of all of these different contexts that are always sort of mixed up. I could be transacting and then I look at it at a video and then I'm connecting with a friend all within a few swipes. So if you're someone who's creating media for a company, then you can't sort of unravel that. And typically right now, most of our clients are actually structured so that each of those moments that are so close together are sort of handled in a different siloed organization. Right? So how are they creating coherence? Well, they're not in many cases because they're not organized to it, because they're not looking at how people are using media. They're thinking about how media was used to be used and how they can now impose that on these new screens. And it's starting at the wrong place, and it demands something that a lot of companies would actually find very painful, right? Which is restructuring.
Like change?
Right? It's not enough. Well, it's not even change, because I think that a lot of, in the agency world, the change is like, oh, we'll just get, you know, David Shing will be able to fix this. He's like a visionary bastard, and we'll get him in, and he'll present the last slide of the PowerPoint. The client will think that we're digital, and then he'll go and figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? And but the structures within agencies as well as companies are such that even if you've got the right people, it's just not going to work out. So these companies need to restructure and then think about processes and then get the right talent. All of these things need to work. But if the structures aren't there, it doesn't matter who you bring in.
And what about talent? When you're looking for talent, you know, being the top of the tree in the creative space,
Yeah.
I'm finding that there are a lot of designers who are coders now and coders who are designers, etc. Are you looking for multidisciplinary creatives?
Oh, definitely. So there are two sorts of sort of creatives that you look for. Those that, you know, if you look at the T-shape sort of talent, with those with long sort of long downstrokes, if you know what I mean. I like those people. Let's bring in the long downstrokes. They're people with deep craft, right? That are like the best in the world at that one thing, right? They're either like they're a brilliant interface designer, like the way they design interfaces, you know, just make you salivate and feel something. And then you've got creatives that have a wide cross-stroke, right? Who are brought in actually to connect all the different disciplines, and that's a really important thing. And typically those people are practitioners. They're not just sort of theorists across disciplines and across aptitudes. They're sort of shallow practitioners. Shallow, so they tend to be like polymaths. Polymaths are really good at picking up something really quick, but they're so clever that they never get time to go deep in any of them. So we want those people, right? But we also want them partnered with those people that will go deep, that will just execute the fuck out of it, you know? Indeed. So it's a combination, it's a dance between those two sorts of people, you know.
Well, Nick, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Thanks. I'll see you the next night on YouTube. Beautiful man.
Hopefully before then.
Yeah, who knows with your schedule, you bastard.
Yeah, cheers.
You didn't judge this year, did you?
No, I did not. Although I'm judging you right now.
Oh, you're always judging.
That haircut, I'm judging it. I'm judging it. I want it. I'm judging it very favorably.